Okay, I'm going to try and do a quicker video on how to set up what we're using for Python to keep track of our progress for version control, and when you're creating it, keep track of those files. So I made a video, but it's 25 minutes long. I'm going to try to make a faster one. The very first step you need to do, step one, is GitHub. Create a GitHub account. So I'm going to click on there and show you what happens if you create a GitHub account. Okay, you've got like this, and you've got to basically just sign in with your email, or sign up, okay, with your email. So I'm going to sign in. And it might bring you to this stage here. Now, you'll probably have to go through a few things to get to here. But over here are all my projects that I'm building, and they call them repositories, but they're projects. Basically, any project, Python, web project. So I'll click on a project so you can see what happens. You'll see this is an index page, and under here is where I can share HTTP. I can share it that with someone else, okay? Like that, under the code tab there. Now, so I'll go back to home, and you'll see all my projects, all my different ones. Now, this is on online website for storing projects and managing projects. Now, what we want to do is we want to download another thing. So I'll just go in here again, and it might actually have the button to download it. But what we want to do is have GitHub offline. This is GitHub on the computer. What we want is a GitHub sort of installed on our computer called Desktop, and we can link them together. Okay, so we can build projects on our computer, or we can build projects up here, and we can link them together. So let's go back to home, and I'll show you how you build a new project. To build a new project, you just click over here and go new repository or new project. Okay, that's all you have to do. It says new project down here. Just use repository. Okay, and you can build a project on here, and then you upload files to it. All right, so that's the first step. Build this. Step one. I'll put it in order over here. Step one, GitHub. Second step is we need to download an editor to do our Python coding, because we have been using online ones or idle, but we're going to use Visual Studio Code. So click on here, and we're going to download Visual. You've got Mac users over here, Ubuntu or Debian or Red Hat. That's Linux, or Windows. I'm using Windows, so I'm just going to download it, and you'll see it downloads up here. And if you've got a good internet connection, it will go fast. This is why the video might take a little bit longer. Cool. Now, to install it, we just click on the download file, agree to the terms, and it's going to say, where do you want it to be? Yep. It says don't create a start menu folder. I do want a start menu folder, so I'm going to carry on. Make sure add to path is selected, okay? That's really important. And this one here, register code for as editor for file types. And up here, I'm going to create a desktop icon. So next, and then install. Easy to install. Okay, it's easy to install. So we've created a GitHub account online where we can store our projects as repositories. And now we've downloaded a editor that we can use to code in. So I'll just it says launch Studio Code. So let's just open it, launch it, and so you can see what the editor looks like. So your editor is going to look something like this. Go away. It's going to look something like this. and you can create new files up here, new file, and you can make Windows ones or website ones or whatever. Okay, so that's basically what it looks like when you start it up. You can change your theme here. This is the color scheme, so you can change modern light or dark theme, whatever you want. Okay, there, and things like that. Okay, and you can change this later if you change your mind about your theme. I'm just going to close this now because Visual Studio is downloaded. So let's go back to here. So I've gone online, got my online membership to GitHub. I've downloaded a editor for doing Python coding. Now the third one is we want a desktop GitHub, which we're going to connect to our online GitHub so they can talk to each other. And we're going to also connect to our desktop one to our online one, plus we're going to connect our desktop one to our Visual Studio Code, okay? So they're all three are connected. We can send our files from Visual Studio straight up or from here straight up. From there to there, we can get the stuff that's online and download it to desktop and open it in Visual Studio. So these all three will be connected. So let's get our desktop and go through the setup on that. So I'll download it. Right. So okay, I'm trying to go fast. The last one was 25 minutes long, so I'm making this one because it doesn't let me show you how to set it up. Once I've installed it once, it won't let me show you the setup. Okay, and you're missing out on what you need to do, some of yours. So, okay, so when you've downloaded, you can open the folder and then click the executable, or just click it straight from there. Okay, remember, GitHub is for creating projects. Now, first thing it says to do is, do you want to sign into your GitHub online account? Okay, so if you haven't made one, you can create one, or you can skip the step, but we're going to sign into our online one. So I'm going to click that because we made that already, and it's saying which one do you want to sign into, and I'll say, yep, that's the one I created earlier, and it's going to say do this, and just click that always so you don't have to have this message pop up, and go finish. Oh, email, make sure you put your email address in there. Okay, and go finish. Boom. All right, so it's got to this stage, and you can see the online repositories I can see now with my desktop version. I'll just put it full screen so you see it. So this is the desktop, is offline, but I can see all my online repositories and one that was shared with me. Now what I can do is I can clone one of those online projects and download it onto my computer. So I have one on the internet and a copy of it on my computer, okay? Or I can make one on my computer which isn't on the internet, and if I want to later on, I can send it up to the internet. So there's one on my computer that matches one that's on my online. Or, of course, if I've already got one on my computer, I can open it because it's already on my computer. I can just open it. So one's download and copy it. Another one is make one on your computer, which you can upload to the online GitHub, or you can open one which is already on your computer. Yeah, so that's how you do that, okay? So let's create one on my computer. So I'll call this one I've already made one called on computer, but that's already on the internet because I've already done this before. So I'm going to create one for I'll call it test I'll call it local project. Okay, so let's create a local project. I'll call it local project. so you know what I'm doing. Now, inside your documents folder, it's made a folder folder called GitHub inside documents. So if I went Windows E, you'll see that in documents, it's going to create a folder there which doesn't exist yet called GitHub, but it's not there yet. Okay, so that's where it wants to make it. And basically I can just go create repository and it will make that folder for me, which it doesn't exist yet. So let's do that. Okay, great. I can see which folder I'm in. It's called local project. And if I open my Windows E again and look in documents, which was empty before, you'll see I've got a folder which didn't exist before. And inside that folder is my new project called local project, which I just made just then. So this is on my computer. This is not on the internet at the moment. It is not connected to the online. Okay, that's not online. All right. So now, it's going to say open repository in an external editor. Now, if you don't have Visual Studio Code there, which you downloaded earlier, if you haven't got that there, you can go options and choose an editor in there. Okay, so I'll go back. Another way, that's if you don't have Visual Studio Code as an option. You can also go file options and go integrate and choose your editor Visual Studio there. Okay, you can do it that way as well. And of course, if you haven't signed in, you can sign in under accounts and sign in to your GitHub account there. Okay, so there we go. That's connected. Git is sort of to do with uploading, downloading stuff. Okay, so now I've got my local project, which is on my computer. And if I go back to the internet, just so you can see that it's not on the internet, I'll just shrink that down. If I go back to the internet, my dashboard, and refresh that page, and look at all my projects, you'll notice that none of them say local project, because these are all the ones that are on my GitHub on the internet. It's the local project, the folder is only on my computer at the moment. So what we're going to do is work on that project on our computer and then upload it to here. So we've got a copy here to keep track. Okay, so let's go back so you can see what I'm going to do. So I'll go back to here, and here's where my local projects are, my repositories that I can open. But at this time, I'm going to open Studio Code and actually make something, okay? Do you trust the editors? Yep, I'll trust them. Boom. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just download Git. I like Git. I'm going to download that as well. You don't have to do this. You don't have to download Git, but I like Git, so I'm downloading it. And it's just a piece of software that I like to use myself, just personally. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to here. All right. So what we can do is you can see I'm in my folder, local project, which is the one which I made. Remember, it's just a folder. That's all it is. Called a repository. And now I can create a Python. I can code in here and make a Python. So let's go file, new file. And I'm just going to call this one the new Python project or something. .py, because it's Python, and push enter. And it's saying, where do you want to save it? And yes, I want to save it in my local project that I created. Go, yep, create. And now it's going to say, do you want to install the recommended Python extension? Yes, install that. Okay, definitely install that. because it won't have Python if you don't install Python. So we'll install the Python extension. There's a lot to this when you're setting up, guys. Okay. Installing. Awesome. Looks like it's installed it. Fantastic. I can close that now. Go back into this. Now, what I want to do is I want to just create, maybe print out something. Hello world. And that's my project I've started on. Okay. And it's a new Python project I've just started. And now I want to I'm just going to close that. Welcome. Now I want to save this into my where do I want to save it? I want to save this into my let's run it. Let's show you how to run it. Let's run the code. Let's see if it works. Yes, it printed out hello world there. Awesome. So the editor's over here, okay, for running. Okay, this is my editor for coding, and I'm going to do it. Now I want to upload this to my project. I want to save this to my folder, my local project folder. So I'm going to go to this little guy over here, share control. And why is it doing this? It's a little bit. Why is it doing this? It should let me save this. Okay, save. Yeah, local project. Why is it not letting me upload? Okay, so it looks like I need to download Git. It's for some reason it's not letting me do anything unless I download Git. So yeah, I'll have to download it, which I thought yeah, that one there. Oh, it's going for a lot of installation. I didn't have to do any of this hardly on my other computer because I already had most of this installed. So yep. Yep. Be a little careful of this. Add git bash profile to Windows terminal. I'm not going to do that for now, okay? So next, and then go next, and next. Oh, what editor you want to use as default? Don't want to. Hang on, I don't want to. I don't want to use VM editor. I want to use Visual Studio Code. Yep, and go next, and next, 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 install. Okay, so there's a lot of installation there. So we had to install Git as well, GitHub Desktop, Visual Studio Code. So there's a lot of installing, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. A lot installing. Now, you might not need to install Git, but I'll show you how it works. Okay, finished. Okay, cool. Done. So I'll go back into here. Now, should be able to go into this desktop and see how it's got new Python program there under local project because it's saved in there, and it's got your file. So I didn't have to install Git. Okay, it's got it here. It's in in the local one. But remember, if I want to put it onto the internet, I need to click on the file changed, okay? And I need to commit the file to the main branch. So go commit, and if I want to put it into GitHub on the internet, I need to publish the repository, or click up here, publish the repository. So it's GitHub, now I'll leave it local project and then go publish. And this is going to put my local project onto the internet now with my code that I just made. But since I downloaded Git, you'll see that I can do. I don't have to do it in Google in here to do any of this. I can do it straight from Visual Studio Code, which I'm going to show you how to do. But just showing you how you can commit it, like upload it and publish it. So your folder that's on your computer is now on the internet now. And we'll go into the internet to show you what it looks like. So let's go into the internet so you can see that I'm not making it up. So let's go into there. Oh no, wrong one. Into here, desktop. And you see at the moment there is no local project there unless I refresh. So I'll just go home and refresh. And all of a sudden I've got one called local project, which wasn't there before, which is the one that was on my computer. I can click in it and it's got my Python code there that I just uploaded. Okay, with a little, sometimes you can write a little message, okay? So it's on here now. See, my project is now on here. Great, it's on the internet. So I'm just going to go back to here and show you from in here. See, that was to do with fetch the code. That's getting it down, bringing it down. Committing and pushing it to the internet is when you commit and publish. Let's open it again. Let's open it in Visual Studio, where I can go back to here, the code again, and let's write some more code. Okay, print something else. Testing if uploading is working. Okay, so I'll write some more code. And I can click this now. I've already downloaded Git. Okay, cool. Because I downloaded Git before, when I click on here, so when I click on here, you'll see that I've got files where I started, my new file that I created, and everything, and I can create more files there, new file, have more files in there if I want. But if I want to upload it and put it into, it's in my local project at the moment. If I want to upload this new file and upload it so it's on the internet, because it's only this one on my computers there, I can go into there, and because I downloaded Git, I can write a little message. This is my second change or something to the file, something like that. You can write a little comment, okay? And I can, if I want to, I can push these little buttons, pull the code down, pull it down, or upload it, push it up. Okay, push. So let's just push commit. Hang on, where's the changes? Oh, hang on, where's my code gone? Oh, okay, I don't know what happened there. Editor is read only because the file is read only. What? Okay, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, let's push. There it is. There it is. There's my second changes. Sync it to the online one. Yep. Okay. There's my original. There's my new one I just did. And now I'm... Why do I have to sign in again? It should already be signed in. I don't know why it hasn't already signed. It should have already signed in. I don't know why it unsigned me out. I don't know why it did that. Why did it sign me out? I don't have a clue. Alright, so there's my changes. I should be able to... upload it, push it, and upload it. Okay, I think I've uploaded it. Now let's go to... I think I've uploaded it. Now I don't know why... The commit should have worked. Okay, it should have worked. There are no changes to commit. Empty commit. Okay, so let's go to the internet and let's just check if it did upload the file I just sent. So it was local project, and if I click on this is my second change to the file. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's got it there. All right, so it did upload it and did sync it. So there it is. It's working on the online, and it's also working down here. And I can see my original here, and I can see my new one here. Okay, it's showing my different commits I've done. If I want to, and this is in Visual Studio Code, if I want to, I'm just going to close it all, and let's open, let's just close all of it, the Visual Studio Code. Back into here, let's look at changes, history, and I can see, click on here, I can see my second changes. Click on here, I can see where I first started, where I second changed. This is GitHub, okay, GitHub local. That's the history. I can look at my repository, and if I want to carry on, I can open Visual Studio and start working on my file there that I'm working on. Okay, so remember I can upload it there if I want to, write a little message and go commit, or if I or I do that, or I just save it, and I can go back to GitHub Desktop, and in here, if I've made changes, it'll be in here, saved in here somewhere. I can then upload it if it's not up to date by committing it and uploading it. Okay, that's sort of how you use it. Okay, hopefully you guys can connect everything up. Just remember, if you need to, you can go to options and make sure you are signed in with your account and you're integrated with Visual Studio Code. Whew, I hope that's helped you be able to connect all the software up. So